Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl Amber Patience, streaming on 6 platforms. On my phone, I am streaming on TikTok, and on my webcam, I am streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick. So that's 6. TikTok. I go live every day. It is currently 5:04 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I have not had my coffee today. Today has been a long day. Um, I went out for dinner last night. We had a big, beautiful family dinner with just my kids, but we spent a bunch of money. And we had a really good time and we laughed and we joked and I drank. And I woke up late and groggy and dehydrated. Um, and then I helped my husband out. He has his own business, but he was like swamped with jobs, so I helped there. And then I got back, but the kitchen was a mess. And then we were supposed to go see Spider Man, which was amazing. Saw Spider Man. My youngest son, was being a lot. Fell asleep on my chest. Really good, great movie. I couldn't have asked for anything more. Um, as a borderline nerd, I was very satisfied. I won't do any spoilers. And then I came home and tried to wash some of the dishes, so the dishwasher's going, but not all of the dishes. But I haven't had coffee today, so I decided just to come hang out with you. I am streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and TikTok. So feel free to jump around the internet, ask me questions, etc. Make sure I have my comments here on. Usually it doesn't give me audio. Okay. Yes, baby. Yeah. I'm gonna do my coffee because I need it. Tell me where you are in the world. Talk to me. What's the matter? Yeah. We can always go through 3 heaping tablespoons of coffee. Ali G, thank you for the likes. We 120 likes on TikTok. And then Original Cornball on Instagram said, "We getting lit. LOL, kind of." I just had like a drink, but I guess I was more lit than I thought I was. Obi Obadiah Gardy said you were so beautiful. Thank you. That was on Instagram. Mr. Brock said, "I was wondering why such a pretty lady had tears in your eyes." I'm just tired. Actually, I was crying. I was crying during Spider Man. I was crying because it's that time of the month almost. And I was crying because it's almost my birthday. And I was crying because I have a relationship with my dad and my brother, and it like wears on me because I'm like this, like they're my people. Yeah, ask your dad. I would just toss it. Um, they're my people, but now it's like a strange situation, and it makes me sad. So yeah, let's see. Sherlondi said Trinidad and Tobago. Hello, that's where my mommy was. My mommy's people are from. Never been. Obadiah Gardy said, "Can I have your number?" My phone number is on Google. I am a real estate agent, so if you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate, feel free to reach out to me. Obadiah Gardy said, "Where are you living?" I am in Washington State, where I am a realtor. Kantiash always said, "Gold digger, get lost," on YouTube. Why would someone be a gold digger? I don't mind troll comments if they're relevant. But I've been married for 14 years. I went through being the breadwinner and being broke and being on government assistance to being very financially stable because of my husband. Um, Noah Butterworth on YouTube said, "Keep it up, you're good." Thank you. Grateful for you. Let's see. Obadiah Gardy said, "I'm living in Philadelphia." Beautiful. I love the East Coast. My family is from New York. YG said hello, hello to you. YG said hello again on TikTok. Hello, how are you? We're at 402 likes on TikTok. I'm grateful. I am currently streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. Life Ready, Mr. Biggs gave eye emojis. Hello. Hopefully, when I have some coffee in me, I'll be more here. But I was thinking, I was having a conversation, and I'll say things to my husband. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're such a bad guy. You're such a villain. And he'll be like, I'm an anti hero. And that's always like words mean something. So I feel like there are heroes, right, that are selfless, right? And then there are villains that are self serving. But if I tell myself and my kids that life is about balance, then I would be more like an anti villain or an anti hero, right? Because I have a determined idea of what is right and what is wrong. Elizabeth Lucelle, I always fumble your last name, but hello from Tacoma, Washington. Thank you so much for all your support and your love and your merch. I wore your the flannel I bought from you the other day through the mall. Large Pro 21 said you still listen to Dom Kennedy. I don't know who that is. It's not coming to my brain. Rico said, hey Amber, good to see you live again. I was starting to think my notification was on vacation. Nope, I'm here. I'm just super late today. I usually have coffee in the morning with you all, but my morning was just crazy. Communicating on live is such a strange thing because people pop in and pop out. So I'll have like a whole like monologue or dialogue, and then I feel like I kind of low key have to repeat it because people coming in. So my lives are basically because people steal my content, my pictures and stuff, and so I just want to show you all that I'm a real person. So when you see my little dancy dances or a poem or a screenshot or whatever, you're like, oh, it's that one lady. I used to like not post if I was like sad or depressed or like whatever, but I feel like that's inauthentic. So I try to show up regardless of how I feel, but I don't want to bring anyone down. So I was just talking about balance and self-serving, etc. So like I feel like there's certain things that make people human, and then there are certain things that make people detached from soul. So like I feel like human is the balance between spirit and this material world, right? Like our physical entities and the spiritual beings having a human experience. But then there's certain things that happen in relationships because I know someone who had vulnerable information, and this is when I say I know someone who, I'm not talking about me. I know someone who had vulnerable information about someone and then threw it back in their face, and then that person justified not being loyal because of that incident, right? And those two people are like really big pillars for me. So it's kind of bumming me out because like that support system is like it's like a shimmer or a shadow of what it was, which is like part of my foundation. So I was reminiscing on that pretty much. Scott, thank you so much. I got 3 roses from Scott in Newark, New Jersey. Tell your grandsons I said hi. Turo Blue on Instagram said hello, Amber. Hello to you. OG Mr. West said, respect to the host and to the chat from Southern Oregon. I hope you are having a fantastic day on purpose. Thank you. My laptop's down here, so when you all see my big eyes look over, that's what I'm looking at. So I have my Instagram chats and then all of the other chats that I'm looking at. I have my webcam here and then my phone here. My phone has TikTok. Thank you, at OG Mr. West. I appreciate your comment. I don't think I missed anybody. Scott said, how are you doing today? difficulties. All right, cool. Hopefully we're back on. Scott said, I know, crazy. Black Daniel said, greetings, Miss Bate and Sir Bate. I will let him know next time he walks through. Thank you for the greetings and salutations. Hello to you. Someone said hello to Sir Bate. Greetings. So, I let my coffee sit for a bit. Grab my creamer. Making a cameo unbothered. Usually. Yeah. I'm gonna drink that on my Jurassic Park cup that we got at Universal Studios. My husband picked it up. Very grateful. I love that I went to Universal Studios, but I love that we went to Kualoa Ranch where they actually filmed this in Hawaii. So beautiful. The new Jumanji trailer came out last night. I didn't watch it, but I got to see it before the Spider-Man movie started. So they also filmed that in Hawaii. I won't do any spoilers for Spider-Man, but I love seeing the New York landscape. It does feel like home to me. I appreciate your presence. I actually made money on my stream yesterday. Pretty cool. Except for, I guess someone sent a star, and I don't know who sent it. It just says that a star was sent. So I have to figure out how to make sure to say, I was able to like the star, but I couldn't see who sent the star. So whoever sent it on Facebook, I'm grateful for you. These long form lives that are approximately an hour long are not really intended for me to make money. It's more about letting you all know that I'm here and I'm present and I'm a real person. A lot of people just kind of like copy and paste other people's content. And I definitely get inspired by other people, like social media, right? Like I've made a reel that is something similar. But I don't know if everyone here knows this, but I am, when I get really depressed, to kind of get myself out of it, I kind of have a conversation with myself, and I do writing. Scott sent 2 roses. Scott said, nice mug. That's a big mug of coffee. Thank you. So I am a writer. So my mom told me to stop saying that I'm not, when I am, but I write poetry and I write short stories and I write my feelings down. So what people tend to do is they'll like save my post to make it for themselves. Like this morning, I've seen that. Do you need to? Okay, hold on. I have to go off camera for just a moment. Everybody, hold on. How do I do that? Camera off. Hold on. I'm just gonna cover TikTok. Go ahead, baby. There we go. Thank you for the people who are on Facebook and YouTube. Feel free to comment and like and share, etc. What was I talking about? So yeah, I saw a lot of people going, like, I'm a single mom, but blah, blah, blah. But it was that thing. Anyway, I wrote it myself. I wrote the thing that says, when people say I'm a thirst trapping, because I got a bunch of comments like on my picture, like, oh, your whole page is thirst trap. I'm like, it's not. I just wear what I want to wear. Like, I've worn this dress and it's gone lower. Like, the straps are just where the straps are. But it's just sitting. This is not a thirst trap thing. I just like the dress. But then I have things that are more plummeting. And that's what it is. Hold on. So hot. That's why I'm waiting. Let's see. Rico said, I'm glad you made some money off your stream. You deserve it. Keep up doing your thing. I hope every live does even better than the last. Don't just get too famous and forget about us. I won't forget about y'all, especially Rico. But anyway, I will consume something, digest it, and then come up with something different, like a remix. Sometimes I have an original thought and I decide to spin something on it. Social media is just about being goofy. I'm not looking to be a content creator. Would it be cool to get paid? Would it be cool to get compensated for travel? Would it be cool to get sponsors so I can give things back? Yeah. FBI special agent on TikToks did eye emojis. Hello to you. Sissoko said hi. Hi to you. I'm catching it quicker. I'm gonna try the other camera again. Hold on. Do 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 do. Let me go grab my external mic. Hold on. We're gonna unplug and replug. That's what we're gonna do. FaceTime camera. Hopefully that works. I just changed the cord. I unplugged it, plugged it back in. It just blacked out for no reason. Zach said, Amber, are you there? Yes, I am. Sorry, I was having technical difficulties. I'm currently streaming on 6 platforms. I am on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and TikTok. Scott said we had a bad cable outage here, cell phone tower too. Elizabeth said on Facebook said, do you have any pets? I don't, but my family does. My husband has a dog, and my daughter has 2 cats. I will get a pet as soon as I get these kids grown and self-sufficient. Maybe a little sooner than that. I have a long way to go for that youngest one. So currently I'm streaming on several different platforms. My intention is to grow my platform so that I can have like 100 people on. We can have like a little morning show. I know that it's evening time. We have a little morning show, and then I'll be able to interview people and like do like sponsored ad things and have a good time. Let me click over here, make sure everyone's good. Decibel81 to check your inbox with heart eye emojis. I will check all of my DMs because I'm a realtor. If it's anything weird, I don't open it. I've opened weird stuff. Like, yeah, I think it was yesterday. Someone sent me a video, but it's like them in bed with their phone up like this. I'm like, I'm not clicking play. Why would I click play? Or I'll get like DMs where it's like blurred, but I have to like click like no. Why would I play those games? No, thank you. Captain Joe sent heart emojis. Scott said, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, Scott. Have a good evening. This is kind of like my evening show on accident. Elizabeth, how about you? Do you have any pets? So, unfortunately, the show is still a lot of technical issues, fixes, etc. And it's me figuring out lighting and how I like want to set this up. I really want to be like mixing something up and like baking or something, and then by the time I'm done with the show, it's like fresh baked cookies or like dinner or whatever. That's kind of the point. Probably like a cookie with Kaya with less twerking. I follow her. I think she went MIA for a little bit. But this is a good opportunity for you all to ask me questions, hang out with me. I've only been on live for 21 minutes. Elizabeth said 2 Shih Tzu dogs, 1 boy, 1 girl siblings. Aw, so cute. That's what I want. My stepmom, God rest her soul, had this cute little. My dad told me what it was. It was like really fluffy and cute, like a little teacup kind of dog. And then I asked him about it the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, it was an inbred." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Like these druggies down the street had all these inbred puppies," and I was like, "But it was so calm and so relaxed." It's like I guess I need an inbred puppy when I'm ready. His name was Scruffy, and I had a cat growing up. His name was Sam, and then I had a dog, and her name was Blue. But I have some like wounds from those dogs because they were like taken out. Like I just had like animal trauma, so I always, whenever my kids want pets, I say no, and then their dad says yes, and then they deal with it. But I try not to claim them because one day they won't be here. So the cat got out and had babies, so we had to find homes for them. But I like tried very hard to stay out of that situation because I try not to have any emotional ties. Bala, Gafsi said, "What's up? WhatsApp. I have a WhatsApp. I love you. As a Christian, I love you as well. We're at 908 likes on TikTok. I'm grateful for you. Yanku Befe. Is that French? Said, how are you doing today? I am blessed. That was on Instagram. So yeah, again, I am on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, and TikTok. On StreamYard, it does not support TikTok, but I will send you the link to that if you're interested. Every opportunity that you all watch my programs or my videos, every comment, every like, it lets me get one step closer to my goal, my dream. Pretty much just think about like a little local talk show where I get to help people and give away stuff. that's the main goal. I just want to spread love. That's the objective. For those of you who don't know, I am a realtor. I help people buy and sell real estate, properties and vacant land and condos and timeshares. If you or someone you know is looking to buy or sell real estate, feel free to reach out to me. I was doing this live where I would get on my Instagram, then get off my Instagram, and then go to TikTok, and then get off TikTok, and then go to Facebook. And now I'm kind of putting it all at one time. And then I added Twitch and Kick because I don't know a lot about streaming, but here we are streaming. So it should be and get more interesting. But if I add too many things and like I'm mixing batter, I won't notice that my mic's off. So I'm working on it. Again, my webcam is here, my phone is here, and then my laptop is here. So I'm looking at my comments on my laptop, I have TikTok on my phone, and then I have everyone else on my webcam. For some reason, I don't see your comment. Feel free to just copy and paste it and send it again. Let's see. Did someone give me a gift? I don't think I missed anybody. But yeah, Scott, you had an outage earlier. I think my stuff is just technology. I don't understand why my webcam keeps kind of like cutting out. It's not designed to be a webcam, but it is a very good camera. So it's working. I have like a photography camera that does video and it has a pretty good lens, so maybe I'll use that. And I think since I upgraded my StreamYard, that I can do a second camera, which will be fancy. Astro Beezy on TikTok joined. Thank you for being here. Oh, I was stuck on my Instagram comments. My apologies. Sean can fix it. Did a strong arm emoji. Let's see. Third Eye Joy Boy said, "Good evening, Queen. How are you? I am blessed. Thank you for asking. How are you?" Marvin McLeod. I feel like I shortened that last name too much. How can I get you on Facebook? My name is Marvin Brown on Facebook. You can add me. I'll follow you. I have WhatsApp. I'll follow you on there. I will DM you on your Instagram Messenger. So my name is Amber Bate. My middle name is Legally and Gifted Patience, right? My mom named me Amber Patience. So my name is Amber Patience Bate. You can find me on almost all platforms. It's pretty easy. Just Google me. Oh my join. Thank you for being here. David Silva said good night, Ambi B. I'll take it. J Pate. Those people joined. David Silva said it's night here. Yes, it is 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I'm about 3 hours earlier than the East Coast, according to where you are in the world. J Paint Crazy said, how tall are you? Just curious, you look like you're about 5'8". Very close. I'm 5'6". 5'6 and 3/4. But I'm getting older, so I'm like, it's probably closer to 5'6 and a half. But I'm usually always barefoot in general, so 5'6"-ish. I really wanted to be a model when I was growing up, and I needed to be 5'7" to do runway. So America's Next Top Model came 5 days before my 18th birthday, so they wouldn't let me in because it wasn't my birthday yet, so I couldn't go in anyway. And then they wouldn't let me in because they were like, girl, you're shy of 5'7". I'm like, yeah, but like, I'm 5'7". I always said, like, if it wasn't my birthday, they probably would have, I mean, if it was already past my birthday, they probably would have let me in, and vice versa. Like, if I was a little taller, they probably would have let me in. J Paint said, has your social media presence helped you with being a realtor? Yes. I was able to close deals because people are like, oh, well, I'm in Chicago or I'm in Orlando. And I'm like, fantastic. So I was able to get commissions on those from further away, whereas a lot of my stuff here in Washington stays in Washington. Honestly, my goal, besides like being like this talk show host interview person, is for people just to go, hey, I need a realtor. Can we talk? Fantastic. And then I hate cold calling. Like, oh, I saw that your home just expired. Do you need a realtor? Do you need someone else calling you? Call me. I want you to call me. I don't want to call you. I don't want to go, excuse me. Do you want to buy a house? I don't want to do that. I want to go, hi, by the way, I'm a realtor. And then like you're just like minding your own business going, I need a realtor. Oh, that's right. That crazy lady on the internet is a realtor. I love talking about real estate. It's like my job. Shimon Bashir on Instagram said, hey to you. Thank you for the question, by the way. David Silva said, how's your day? Yesterday? Last night we went to Lobster Shop. It's like my favorite restaurant in Tacoma right now. I've not been to all the restaurants in Tacoma. I've just been going out like a lot. But we like to spoil our daughters, so somebody's dusty son can't impress them. So one of my daughters got the filet and another daughter got the New York. And I was like, I love you, but we're sharing. So they cut me like a piece off. I go to Lobster Shop for the seafood, but I was like, their steaks are fire. It was really nice. My daughter got the baked salmon, my husband got the halibut. Again, two of my girls got the New York and then the filet. And then my sons got the kids menu stuff. And then I ate off all of it. We had chowder and calamari. They had the best calamari. Yeah. J Paint Crazy said that's exactly why I was terrible with sales for sure. Yeah. I do it, but I don't like it. It makes me like sad after. I'm like, for why? Why am I calling people, bugging them? And then like the coaches are like, oh, you're presenting value. This is moment, please. So then my coaches are like, oh, you're presenting an opportunity, you're presenting value. I'm like, no, I'm bothering people on their phones. And I don't want to. I don't like it. So anyway, it's your job to help me. No, I really do. I want to like make enough money on social media that I can do like my self-care, right? It's like, oh, I bought this, or I bought that. Then I do giveaways. So by the way, I have a giveaway coming out on the 1st of the month, like I always do. Feel free to go on my highlights and play around. I keep messing with them, but just scroll through. I'll do a $50 giveaway because my income keeps kind of like staying stagnant or going lower on what I make on social media. So I try to give that back. So I feel like $50 is appropriate at the moment. But yeah, I want to get a billboard. My birthday is on the 7th, on August 7th. I'll be 39. So by 40, I want a billboard. For the locals that are watching the recording, there's this really beautiful Black woman, and she's a lawyer. What do you call it? The auto accident. There's a word for it. But you know, if you get in a car accident, you call them. And her name is Janelle. The reason we know this is because her billboards mostly say, "Don't yell, call Janelle." And it's like these pink billboards. They're everywhere. And it's like, goals. So I'm like, I just want one billboard somewhere in the world before my 40th birthday. And then 40 to 50 looks very beautiful and volume filled for me. So I can have the life that I want to not only have for myself, but for my kids and then for y'all, my community. Outstretched arms. Elizabeth said, what is your favorite style of architecture period of a house? I'm not into modern, so I'll say that. I kind of find beauty in a lot of stuff. I love a good craftsman. I love a Victorian, but the upkeep, I usually don't get to see it in its glory, right? Because that's just not how most people don't upkeep them. My family owned a brownstone, and it wasn't in the greatest shape, but I love sitting there just thinking about how much love and attention. The reason I'm not into modern is because they make them too fast. They just make them too fast, and it's not great quality. And there is so much intention in the fact that the house weathered so many storms and so many seasons. I always love an older house. Like my house is built in the 60s. I mean, if I really had a choice, it'd be like 1910, 1880, right? Yo, if you can give me a castle, I probably would have been fond of that. But the museum in Hawaii is actually, it's like not the kingdom. What do you call it? My brain is not working. But we're the palace. And they were talking about what they had to do to restore and to replace and things. Oh my God, I cried so much in that dang museum. Because they really did explain what happened to the people. Thank you, good question. What's your favorite type? Nahi Gambino on TikTok sent a clap on TikTok. Clap. Thank you, I appreciate you. Gifts on TikTok also compensate me, so I'm grateful. Bad Show Enough on TikTok said you are so beautiful. Thank you, I appreciate the admiration. Orlando King said hey to you. Sorry I missed those comments. Yes, baby, of course. Is that enough?
Yes.
Awesome. David Silva said like a universe home, right? What do you mean? My coffee's kicking in. I have so much yard work to do. Deep cleaning and having someone come in do a deep cleaning. Someone came and helped my grandma and my mom. I was like, I've never had a housekeeper before. I'm gonna get a housekeeper. But just like quarterly, I very much am always cleaning my house. I try not to get mad at my kids for being kids. I'm like, it's fine. I love being your mom. And I was like, y'all can't clean up after yourself sometimes. Nahi Gambino said, how do you say my name again? Oh no. Naji. Naji Gambino. Thank you for the clap. I did. I told you I was going to forget. LeVar said hello to you. For those of you who are not on TikTok, there is a user whose name is NAHJE with like the dash above the E. There's a name for that. It's not in here right now. So I say Nahi, or I always mess it up, but it's Naji. Naji. Naji said, I told you. I know. You told me. I believe you. It's like Memento. Like it erased. It was gone. Rico said, your birthday is coming up and you're about to be 39. Don't worry. You don't look 39. You look 29 with 10 years of experience. And somehow you keep looking younger every year. Come on, Amber. Tell us your secret. Good genetics. My mom's a baddie and my grandma's pretty. And I really try not to stress. I stress all the time, but I try really hard not to stress. I am a creature of comfort. And I give myself a lot of grace. So people are always like, oh, you should like lose weight. And I'm like, I could be so much bigger. When I get really frustrated, I'm like, I'm taking a shower, I'm going to sleep, I'm giving it to God. I don't really have the capacity for anything else. When I want to cry, I don't hold it in. I just cry. Right? When I make really intense facial expressions, now that I'm like turning almost 40, 39, I can feel it in my skin. I'm like, ooh, I'm going to get wrinkles. I can feel them coming. And when I don't sleep, I get puffy. When I have my cycles, I have my acne. I don't know. I think that I look young because I don't have a bunch of makeup on my face. I don't think there's any real secret to it. There are beautiful women in this world that can make lots of choices. And I put makeup on and I put lashes on and I put fake nails on and I put weave in and whatever. But there is a very big haul, right, of things that people put on themselves. I like looking like me, but not only me. Like when I put my fake hair in, my youngest son, he's like, what are you doing? Because he wants to pet my hair, like my actual hair. And he like pulls on my hair and he plays with my hair. And then my daughters are like, they'll lay on me and they're like, why do you smell like makeup? Like they don't like, what are you doing right now? Even if I wear like too much perfumes or anything, like I'm very much I'm their home. So I try to be myself. And I think a lot of people vibe back with that. But I think my base face, people are like, oh, she woke up like that. I'm like, yeah. So, oh, her hair's not perfect. I'm like, yeah. Like, oh, she's not like super fit. Like, yeah. It's like, I just love that you're so flawed, Amber. Like, oh, thanks. Thanks, guys. Elizabeth said, anything old with history, colonial, Victorian, Tudor, something with interesting details. I have a highlight on my main page for my Instagram, and it has real estate. And then like I broke down some of this stuff. When I first started real estate, I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? So I bought a book and I read through the whole thing. I'm not really great on like memory. Like I know way more about superheroes than like architectural structures, but I can point a red flag out for you real quick. So, but no, anything, it's kind of like, my girls like thrifting. I'm not a fan of thrifting, but I feel like if something has a story or something has weight to it, it's kind of like art. Like if some like pretentious child that doesn't want to get a job decides to make art and then like puts a huge sticker price on it, that doesn't do anything for me. But if a person has a story and it's therapeutic and it's, you know what I mean? Like then I want to buy the art. I'll spend $1,000 on art, you know, for a story. So I feel very similar to like a home. I love a good brick house. I love a house with history. I love the intentionality. I love character. Um, yeah, just like people. Shaylar Ali said, "I'm so excited. So excited for what? You never knew." Jers said, "Good evening, beautiful. Good evening to you." You do respond to beautiful. David Silva said, "Do you talk about the museums?" Yes, I was talking about Hawaii's museum specifically, which is their palace, when their land was taken from them. So I'm still actually learning because it's like obviously very layered, but like a group of people and another group of people sided with people colonizing, and then you have to remember that there's been people there for like decades, over a century, systematically taking. So I feel so happy in Hawaii. It is literally beautiful and healing and everything that paradise should be. But I also understand the nature of that's not our land and it's not my land. But being a displaced African American in a world where I don't always feel like I fit in, I want to make sure that I'm being respectful. Like I'm not going to just feel entitled everywhere. So I figure out ways to contribute and give back. But it's beautiful for my babies to see Polynesian culture, and even like us learning and growing Micronesia and all of the Asian islands, right, surrounding. Because my babies are mixed, right? But when they go to luau's and when they go to the Polynesian Cultural Center, they get to see themselves, even though it's not the blood of the blood, right? It looks like home. We have a beautiful Asia Pacific Cultural Center. My family is very introverted, so I do feel set apart sometimes when I want to go do things. But I think I'm just gonna like sort of. I used to just go out and do things by myself, and then I kind of like got back home based. Now I'm gonna go back out and do stuff. But my husband and I go on like dates all the time. But I'm like I need to do more community stuff. But like, for example, I'll go to church, right? And then I get like investigators come here like, where's your family? Where's your husband? Can I just be at church with all? So, Nick. Hi. Technical difficulties on StreamYard. I don't think it's StreamYard. I don't know what's happened for me to stay online for a long period of time. It's like 15-minute increments, 10-minute increments where I get to just talk nonstop, and then my webcam will cut out. I'm looking at my webcam. It's not going to sleep. Nothing's changing. But I'll just be yapping away, then look down, and I realize I'm not streaming. So, Nifty Nufty B7D said, modern day beggar. Am I? Kendrick Born S4SR said, hi, beautiful, hello to you. Trolls on the internet, it's really funny because I usually have something smart to say. But it's because I don't actually carry that. That's usually them projecting some insecurity that they have that has nothing to do with me. Like earlier, I deleted something and they were like, gold digger. And I was like, where? Where do you see that I'm a gold digger? What does that mean? Or modern day beggar? I do. I want like, please, likes and comments. But I'm like, or you could just like say hi. You don't have to say anything. By the way, we are at 2.5 thousand likes on TikTok. I am grateful for your love. Hamad on TikTok said, hello, how are you doing today? I am blessed. Thank you for asking. Are you married? Actually, yes. I've been married for 14 years. I've been with my husband for 23 years, on and off. We have 5 children. I'm a realtor in Washington State. Hamad said, wow, you are so beautiful. Thank you. David Silva said, kind of in deeply understanding what the answers give us. Sometimes, yes. the people in the past, I guess. Speaking about museums, let me go back to what Rico said. I apologize. 11:02 on Instagram, check kiss emojis. I will skip those kiss emojis, but I am grateful for the love. Rico said museums are amazing because they allow us to travel through time, learn from the past, and appreciate the creativity of the people from different generations. A museum is more than just a building full of objects. It is a place where stories and history and cultures come alive. Yes, unfortunately, the victors write the stories most of the time, right? And then it's sadness, but we really should know, some of the darker moments so that we don't repeat them and we can give reverence. Hamad said, speak English very clear. Ha 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 ha. Very nice. Yes, English is my first language. Rico said, yay. Let's see, am I doing good on my comments? Cool beans. We have currently been streaming for about 46 minutes. I am halfway down my coffee, if anyone knows. My hand and my head in the coffee mug. Whatever you want to say. You can say I have big hands, you can say I have a big head, or you can say it's a big coffee mug. Does it say how much? It doesn't say how many ounces it is. What can I use as a reference point for y'all? Do 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 do. Even though I love her so, and she's got love for me, yeah. But she still belongs to someone else. Hey, most of y'all got ketchup in your house, right? So, something like that. Maybe in another time. Do 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 do. Ahmad said, please message me in inbox. Do 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 do. Whoa. Let's go to the park. It's doing it again. Hold on. I wanna. More technical issues, but I'm back. Well, she said, it's kind of late for coffee, or is it you're just one of those people who go to sleep right after a cup of coffee? I am not a person who goes to sleep after a cup of coffee. I usually have coffee with my people here, my community. I have over 100,000 followers on social media, so I just show up. I love Mall. Send a heartbeat. Thank you so much. I love Mall sent a rose. I'm very grateful for you. That's over on TikTok. And Shortgun said hello, hi, hello to you. We're at 2.9 thousand likes, by the way. Keep tapping away if you like. I am very tired. And I have depression. So the superpower or the upside to having depression is if I go lay down, I will go to sleep. I don't have an issue not sleeping. I have an issue falling asleep. Like if I'm asleep for like an hour or 2 hours and then wake up, then I can't go to sleep. So it is 5:53. It is later than usual for me to have coffee, but I promise you, I have zero issue going to sleep tonight. I only have issues sleeping. Again, I can go to sleep. I can't stay asleep. So I'll wake up 2 to 3 hours and then I'm just up for 2 to 3 hours. And then if I have anxiety or stress, same thing. Like I can go to sleep, but I can't stay asleep. It's kind of like remember Madeline? And the nun wakes up and she like walks around the house like something is not right. Madeline's out of bed or whatever. That's how I am. So I have to like go check all the doors, check on my kids. And then I lay there for a little bit, and sometimes I can get myself back to sleep, but if I'm stressed or whatever, I stay up. And then yes, when you're like, why does Amber comment at 3:33 in the morning? It's because I'm awake. While she said I live on East Coast, it's kind of dark outside. Yes, it is 5:54 here, so it's basically almost 6 o'clock, which means it's almost 9 o'clock on East Coast. A lot of my community is East Coast. My father is from the Bronx and my mother is from Brooklyn. My family is descendants of slaves in the South, but also West Indian. So Barbados, Grenada, Trinidad. And then a lot of Nigerians and people from Ghana recognize my face as familiar because that is my blood. I do not know the culture. Maybe one day I'll be able to travel and learn. But thank you for 3.1 thousand likes on TikTok. Grateful for you. Walter 530-892 said, how are you? I am blessed. Thank you for asking. How are you? David earlier said on Instagram, yes, the same what the Bible says to us, or do not repeat, but it is hard. So I am not a pastor. I am a realtor. I'm just a human, a spiritual being having a human experience. So I feel the same way about most things universally. So God did not, for me, not for you. You do whatever you need to do. You do not need to follow me, nor am I asking for. You can follow me on social media, but not to the light. I feel like the Bible was written by man, and I feel like the Bible was edited by man, and it was distributed by man. I think that the truth runs through everything, right? The truth shines through. So for me, I don't really lock into what man says. I look at the whole picture, and then I try to make the best decision from it. So not only have I read the Bible, I've read the Quran and the Torah, right? I look at not only nonfiction, but also fiction, because it is a representation of the human experience and the flow. And I try very hard to understand the spectrum of life and where I sit in that. Rico said exactly 100. Rico said, I agree with Amber. So I think life is about balance. And the truth is that like when I was watching the Odyssey, it sat well with me, because if God made all things, but he didn't vocalize that to all of the creatures, including the gods and to the demigods and angels and special beings, he was just creating and they were just observing, then it would be a lot like us, right? An ant or a fly or a spider has life, right? The difference between that is the consideration we give to it. So human life is worth more in most cases, right, than a spider. But then in the grand scheme of things, when gods are like when in the Odyssey, there's gods who are like, oh, I'm important and I'm powerful and I'm strong. But then that means that you're disregarding human life, and for us to put ourselves above other life. Anyway, it's just a whole thing. TikTok is making me verify that I'm a real person. It's like this puzzle piece you have to like slide across and like place. So that is kind of how I feel about the world. Not to compare Jesus and Harry Potter, but I am a big Harry Potter fan, right? So I've read the books, I've watched the movies, I love Harry Potter, right? I like the character Harry Potter. I love Jesus, right? I love Jesus because of the stories that have been told. I love Jesus because I've created a personal bond and relation. And my entity of how the universe works, if that was derived in human form and set as an example, then Jesus seems pretty cool. He also has been redundantly in historic things. And so either it's a very, very good, elaborate story or it's truth. But either way, I'm a big fan of Jesus. So that's why I consider myself a Christian. But if you listen to the words in the Bible, even from him speaking, I don't get so much disrespect to anyone. I don't get a whole lot from sermons. I like to read the word of God and then sit with it, right? So I'm very big on prayer and meditation, keeping my ego in check, realizing that it can be very detrimental to think that I am special and try to have my own voice of reason. I get to just kind of look at the big picture and then go, hey, let's do the best that we can. Rico said, I always agree with Amber, LOL. Well, you found your space. Family First joined. Thank you for being here. I can ramble, obviously. David Silva said, yes, I 1000% agree with you. Well, then we're building community, aren't we? There's a very controversial group, beautiful group, very controversial group called Spirit Science on YouTube. I don't agree with most of the stuff they say. But it was a really elaborate like series of YouTube videos and TED Talks and conversations. But when people start like putting names on spirits and putting like labels and boxes, I'm like, why would I believe any of that? It's just someone else telling us about their own beliefs that they're projecting onto other people, and that's silly. What I will do is going, who's to say what's good or bad? You know, like if there happens to be an earthquake or a storm or a volcano eruption, was it because I was bad? Was it because God didn't love me? Was it like, no, things happen and things flow, and I get to observe and try to be the best version of myself. Mark Antoine Houston said, everyone hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you. Mark Antoine Houston said, facts. Thank you. Your comment is on the screen because you are on Facebook, and then I'm streaming on 6 platforms. So I'm on TikTok on my phone over there, and then I'm on StreamYard with you all here. So I guess the only ones that are not on the StreamYard on my screen are Instagram and then TikTok. I try to say where everyone is. I've had so many technical issues today. I think I'm really gonna have to like hire my daughter to like do the laptop stuff, and then I'll just talk, and then she'll just keep me connected. I don't know. And then I think I have to figure out how to do it. I can set up a second camera. So hopefully if one camera fails, then it just goes to the other camera. Because my MacBook camera works, but my audio doesn't work, but I have an external mic. But then I can't do the external mic with this camera. I don't know. We're working on it. Mo Ketsi Chicane said hi to you on TikTok. Redrum 2025 All Life Creator, thank you for the follow. We're at 3.1 thousand likes on TikTok. Mark Antoine Houston said, just subscribe. My sister brought me here. Thank you. Tell your sister I said thank you. David Silva said, it's all about man responsibility. Like mankind. Rico said, wait, you're a big Harry Potter fan. I actually like Harry Potter too. There's something about the whole magical world and the characters and the adventure that makes it hard not to enjoy. I was so happy. It is my second time going, but I went to Universal in California, and they have like a whole like Harry Potter world. So I was like, where's my butter bear? Where's the wand? And I'm like trying to be like a good mom. I'm like, yeah, you all do. And I'm like getting all geeked out. We did the 2 rides that were there and had butterbeer and bought a chocolate toad and like went into the wand shop and did the whole thing. So, very, very fun. Rico said, I wish I knew how to do magic to make my chores disappear. Yeah, but remember, you have to like find the balance in it. So you're basically just doing it really slowly. Just wash your dishes, listen to a podcast. It's basically magic. I love really like tricking myself sometimes when I'm depressed, and I just like put my hand in front of my face and would wiggle my fingers. I'm like, how am I doing that? Do you understand how God works? Like, right? There's people who can't move their fingers. This is so far away from me. I can wiggle my toes. How cool. It's magic. My Lil Michael 757 said, how are you doing tonight, sexy queen? My name is Amber. I'm sometimes mistaken for someone named Sexy Queen. Not my vibe. Thank you. Cool beans. Yeah, Rico. Remember, it's like, just listen to music. You do like the Mickey Mouse. You're just like grooving. But you're just doing it yourself. There's a, oh my gosh, I always have like this picture in my head of what I want to say, but I don't have the words. So there is a X-Men in the movies, and she's blonde, and her body turns to diamond, but she can get into people's mind and make them think that they're doing something. So for my geeks, you got it already, but I'll explain it to the non-nerd adjacents. I'm like on the borderline. Like I'm basically a cool kid, but like I know too much information about comics and anime and stuff. So she's like hooking up with some guy, but he thinks that they're hooking up, but she's like sitting there reading a magazine. That's how I do chores sometimes. I think like I'm just gonna sit here and listen to my podcast, listen to music, and I'm making myself wash the dishes, but I'm not really washing the dishes. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like when you drive on automatic. Like I'm not doing it. That Amber's doing it. Not that Amber. That's my daughter. Anyway, Mark Antoine Houston, I am grateful for your support. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate the encouragement. David said it's all magic, all energy. Yes, I feel like Matt Damon, it was like a jokey joke. And he was like, oh, he's a rapper. And he like, showed that he was like bad at rapping. And then he did this like beautiful rhyming monologue about like loaning money to impoverished people so they can get water, so they can get their time back, and they pay back at 98%. But I just love rap. And it doesn't have to be on a beat. That's why I love Hamilton. Like it's just the poetic in the rhyme, and like it really does entrance me. Like when I do things and I hear certain things, I'm like, it feels like a siren song. Like I just feel so connected. And it's just rhyme, and it's just soothing, and it's just flow, and it's just energy. And it goes back to what Elizabeth was talking about when it comes to like the types of homes, having character and having like, it's all about the intentionality. Let's see. Lil Michael said, my bad, I was just giving you a nice compliment. I like to educate and remind people that sexy is not a compliment. It should not. People are like, damn girl, you fine as fuck, right? And I'm like, I've been told I'm quite bold. It's like, girl, I was just trying to give you a compliment. It's like, is that a compliment though? Is it a compliment? It's like, oh, you're really beautiful. Oh my God, thank you. I didn't do anything for it. It's like, oh my God, girl, I love that dress. I'm like, oh my God, I know, I picked it out. It has pockets. Hey. It's like, damn, you're fine. I'm like, I'd rather be blessed than damned. That's my little. But I appreciate the my bad. No worries. I was saying no worries, but the song I was thinking was, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm gonna unplug this. Alright, I made it to my hour. Does anyone have any last minute questions? David Silva said, do you like prehistoric animals? I do. Prehistoric is a funny terminology because it's kind of like pre-man, but then that's like a religious conundrum. So yes, the animals that we know of, I do like to have conversations about it. There was a reel kind of going around talking about people always talking about T-Rex having like short arms. It's like, why wouldn't it just have wings? Why can't you all just admit that this is a dragon? I'm like, exactly. But like, I'm not going to lean onto the fact that it's a dragon or not a dragon. I like T-Rex because, you know, it's T-Rex. But the little arm thing never sat right with me. Like, why? Why would it have? Why would this big ferocious being just be like lopsided? Sorry, I moved my cameras around. So now I have my TikTok here because my phone's about to die. And my webcam. So, my favorite prehistoric animal, don't really have one. Did you know a pterodactyl is not a dinosaur? The more you know. And then people are so familiar with Jurassic, but then forget that there's so many other periods. I could nerd out, but I don't want to. I'm at the end of my stream. Rico said, here are my top 6 things I would do if I knew how to do magic. Okay, we'll wait for you, Rico. If anyone has any more heart me's or love that they want to give on TikTok, please feel free. Mo Ketsi Shakane said hi. Hi to you. If I said that already, my apologies. I have 1 person on Twitch, 1 person on Facebook, 0 people on YouTube, 3 people on Instagram. I had a couple people earlier. I just didn't say anything. But I'm grateful for all the audience. Rico, we're waiting for your 6th one. David Silva said, I have one. You have one. What do you mean? That was the last of my coffee. Rico said, use a spell to clean my house instantly so I can relax more. Teleport anywhere I want and never deal with traffic or train delays again. Make my favorite food appear whenever I'm hungry. So that's 1, 2, 3, yeah? And then, Lil Michael said, you know what I know. You saw my previous comment, but it is what it is, and I have a blessed night. So, Lil Michael, my apologies, 757. I don't judge people quickly, nor do I dismiss them quickly. I love her so, and she's got love for me. Okay, cool. So, Lil Michael 757, if you're still here, I love you. I hope that you're having a wonderful, beautiful day. Sometimes I direct people, and I want you to know a lot of people who I redirect continue on the wrong path, right? But some people are like, oh, girl, I didn't even know. My bad. So as a married woman, as a realtor, as a social media person who has over 100,000 people, I do not enjoy or entertain things like sexy or, stuff like that. I just go, oh, no, thank you. Or people send me kiss emojis, and I'm like, oh, I'll skip the kiss, but I appreciate the love. And they're like, oh, it's a professional kiss. What's a professional kiss? Right? Or people send hug emojis, and I'm like, thank you for the virtual love hug. And he's like, no, I wish I was there to hug you right now. And it's like, oh, I like my space. Right? So I just make sure to stay in my business. That's my boundary. And then some people keep pushing it. But then some people who are amazing and smart and intellectual will go, oh, I'm sorry, love. No harm, no foul. And then we keep proceeding. So I'm very much sister energy, next door neighbor energy, the wife of your friend energy. Like, that's my energy. Very feminine, but no lust over here. No, thank you. People are like, oh, you so sexy. I'm like, I'm goofy. I'm a lot. I be doing a lot. Let's see. David said, I have one prehistoric animal. Do you? Like a favorite, or you actually have one? What do you have? Tell me. Rico said, heal people's pain and make them feel better, make money appear, because let's be honest, who wouldn't? Travel the world in seconds and explore places I've never seen. Those are beautiful, beautiful wishes. David Silva said my favorite one. David says it's a megalodon. Ooh. There's a trailer. It's a whale, so that's what I trickled all the way down. But this person gets caught in a whale, and the preview's so crazy. It's called Whale Fall or something like that. Please proceed with caution if you go look that up. I was like, oh my god. Poor Jonah. It's not Jonah. It's just some guy in a scuba suit. Megalodon's crazy. Good choice though. Beautiful. Just massive. Rico said, bring back special memories and moments with people I love, understand every language I could talk to anyone in the world, make everyone laugh, and turn a bad day into joy. That's a lot more than 6. Rico. Get my own Hogwarts letter. Some real spells. Well, Michael said, well, to me, I feel you were being rude. I understand that you're married, but I don't say anything out of the way, but I don't even matter. I don't argue with people anymore, people who are who they are. You're projecting, because that means you didn't hear what I said, which is fine. Feel free to watch the recording and hear what I had to give you again. Rico said exactly 100. Rico said positive energy indeed. Beloved said, hey, I beloved said, hey, patience, hello to you. My intention is never to harm. It is always to just shine and exist. And usually if you're feeling any kind of angst, it's probably some reflection. A lot of people vibe with me because I reflect them, but then the alternative is also true. I am very grateful that I get to just exist, right? And I have so many people in front of me, and this is like a social media platform, so we're allowed to socialize, and I've grown from it. But yeah, usually it's actually really cool because I like to people watch. So when say if I tell someone, hypothetically, I'm not a person that does this, but you're making a joke or like you're having a conversation, I'm like, oh, you so stupid. That's not even like in my vibe or my vocabulary. People say it all the time, right? And you're like, oh, please don't call me stupid. I'm like, oh, my bad. I didn't mean anything by us. I meant like you were silly, right? And then you're like, yeah, but don't call me stupid. I'm like, my bad. No problem. And then why would I get mad that someone put up a boundary when I literally said something that they didn't want to be called, right? I can now walk away and not have the conversation with them anymore. I can learn from that experience and go, oh, no, I meant, you so silly. You're so funny, right? I don't have to call someone stupid. So as a woman, people like to sexualize and lust after and create. What happened, baby? Okay. And try to conquer and materialize all the time. So if I go, oh, yeah, sexy isn't my thing. And you're like, oh, that's rude. I wasn't trying to be. That's a projection. I'm sorry. Hello, Michael, and we can all learn from this. I usually repeat things for the entertainment of others. Rico said, I forgot to count at the moment. You were excited about your magic, Rico. That's what it was. Below Michael 757 said, I heard exactly what you said, but like I said before, it is what it is. It's just like when you said what you said. Okie dokie. It is what it is. It will be what it will be. Let's see. Ty Dunn did a clap emoji. Rico said, Amber's vibe is always 10 out of 10. Thank you, Rico. I am human. I do have flaws. I look for opportunities to go, did I say something wrong? Or no. Now I'm good. I like to reflect. Well, Rico, thank you so much for saying your +6 reasons or things you would have wished for if you had magic. I am going to drink more coffee because I want to. We've been on for an hour and 12 minutes, so I'm going to go back to cleaning and my family. It's been real. Yes, baby.
When you grow up a lot of times, it's going to be like when
When I grow up a lot of times, I'm going to be a grandma?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I hope so.
You glow.
Because I'm a girl.
Yeah, because you
Old girls turn into grandmas?
Yeah.
My son just came up to me and told me I'm going to be a grandma. Yay, me. Well, Michael said, have a blessed night. A blessed night to you, too. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the dialogue. Dune. So, no, it's not Rico on her bad days. It's more like a 7. Oh, dang. My vibe, you're right. I'd be depressed. I'd be like, hi, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had some good days. I've had some hills to climb, but my good days don't outweigh my bad days, so I won't complain. I'm actually to go. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Jay Savage said, gorgeous. Thank you. All right, I'm going to say bye to my streamers, and then I'll say bye to TikTok. Have a beautiful, wonderful night.